C University, though I dropped out.
What? So does that mean you only have a high school diploma? Huh? A high-rise apartment? Is he rich? Well then.
Are you really sure about this? It's not too late. I can go alone if you want. I just finished picking out a gift. My name is Mitsuki Kiryu. I'm a 26-year-old self-employed guy, about to visit the family home of my fiancée, Tsukiyo Nanase, to ask for her hand in marriage. We just got engaged and are starting to live together.
Yeah, I'm fine.
The reason I asked is because of her family situation. Tsukiyo is 4 years older than me. From what I've heard, her parents doted on her younger sister and treated Tsukiyo coldly. Because of that, she's barely seen them since graduating college.
Asking for permission to marry is something we should do together, right? I need to do things properly too.
Okay, I understand. I'll back you up as much as I can. After that exchange, we arrived at her parents' house. We'd arranged the date to coincide with her younger sister, Haruka, and her boyfriend, Kazuya Sakaki, being there. But
Mom, how's your back been, by the way? Oh, right. Kazuya, you work at M&I, don't you? So impressive. Just like your distinguished appearance.
wow, the M&I. That's quite something. My daughter certainly has good taste in men. It went on like this. No matter what Tsukiyo or I said, her parents ignored us and kept talking to Haruka and Kazuya. They're being really blatant about it.
Yeah, sorry.
Huh, we seem to have been talking only about ourselves. We should hear about you two as well, Mitsuki. As he passed the conversational baton to us, Kazuya shot me a wink with a smug, yet refreshing smile. Thanks, I guess, but man, this is annoying. Ah, right. So, Mitsuki, which university did you attend? C University, though I dropped out.
What? So does that mean you only have a high school diploma? Sis, are you serious? Well, I guess education isn't everything, but still. My boyfriend is an elite, you know. His education doesn't matter. He works hard, and he's precious to me. Oh, wow, that's lovely. I don't understand it, but...
Well, education isn't everything these days. Mitsuki, what do you do for work? Even as he said that, I didn't miss the fleeting, mocking smile he gave me. I'm self-employed. Well, actually now I'm... Self-employed? An uneducated young punk running his own business? That's no different from being a freeder.
Dad, wait, he's...
Tsukiyo, this is your problem. Aren't you ashamed of yourself at your age?
What's that supposed to mean?
Your younger sister Haruka grew up to be such a bright and considerate girl. And she brought home a fine boyfriend, a graduate of a top university working for a top company, putting our minds at ease. But you finally show up after ages and you're still as unsociable as ever. Is work your only redeeming quality? That's why you end up with a good-for-nothing freeloader like this guy, whose background we don't even know. Wait a minute. Say whatever you want about me, but talking about Tsukiyo like that isn't right, is it? She's your precious daughter, isn't she? I stared intently at her father. Then, unbelievably, he snorted with laughter, mocking me. Precious indeed. I hoped she'd catch a good man, but with you as her partner...
What do you mean by that? Apologize to him. He's...
Tsukiyo, it's okay. It doesn't seem like we can talk any further, so we'll be leaving now. Thank you for having us today. Do whatever you want. In the end, we couldn't even have a proper greeting. We basically just dropped off the gift and the marriage meeting ended on a terribly sour note. Tsukiyo, I'm sorry. You didn't want to go to a place like that, did you?
I'm the one who said I wanted to go. I'm used to it, and I gave up on them long ago. But hearing them talk about you like that, it's rough.
Saying that, Tsukiyo bit her lip tightly.
Hey, do you remember when we first met?
Nanase, I wanted to discuss this feature. Tsukiyo was the team leader at a client company where I was participating as an external member on a product back then. She was competent, but businesslike and blunt. I think she seemed isolated even from an outsider's perspective.
This is certainly convenient, but isn't it just confusing for the average person?
You think so too? Got it. I'll adjust it by 5 p.m., so please take another look then. Nanase, I've finished the adjustments. Please review it again.
Kiryu, no, it's nothing.
She looked at my face, her eyes widening slightly. I didn't miss the faint, somewhat happy smile that followed.
You know my personality, right? I say things bluntly, and my sharp gaze often makes me look scary. On top of that, for better or worse, I could handle anything skillfully, which probably made me seem even creepier. I try hard to at least seem amiable, but I couldn't do it well. That's why my parents doted on my charming sister. By the time I became an adult, I'd come to think of it as normal. It was around that time that I met you, with your sparkling eyes.
Well, your way of speaking is harsh, but I immediately knew you were just a bit awkward with words and fundamentally kind. Besides, well, sorry, you were totally my type, and honestly, I had ulterior motives.
I appreciate your honesty. You saved me. Just being with you makes my world shine. So please, don't get depressed over my insignificant family. You're my sun that brightens me up.
I really can't win against her. Seeing her gentle, moon-like smile, I fell in love with her all over again. I'm home. I'm beat. Later, Tsukiyo and I finished moving into our new place and officially started living together.
Thanks for working late again today.
Startups like ours run on a skeleton crew, you know? Tsukiyo, working at a large corporation with its own culture, often gets to leave on time, but I frequently work late into the night. Despite the differences in our work environments and lifestyles, living together was going smoothly. Today is a day off. We came to the park for a little picnic, thinking it would be nice to relax in nature once in a while. I wish moments like these could last forever.
You sound like an old man. But yes, I feel the same way. Hey, Mitsuki. Living together, have you started to think maybe you don't like me after all? I feel like I'm still saying harsh things to you, and it makes me anxious.
Not at all. I know you're considerate of me, Tsukiyo. It comes through clearly. Conversely, am I causing you any trouble?
No, Mitsuki respects me and shares the housework. Being with Mitsuki makes every day the best. You know, I always thought a happy family was something far removed from me. But living together, I've increasingly felt that maybe, with Mitsuki, I can be happy.
Yeah, me too. With you, Tsukiyo, who can respect our differences, I think we can definitely be happy. For that to happen, I need to wrap up my current work quickly. And try harder to match my schedule with yours, Tsukiyo. Meanwhile...
Maybe I rushed into getting engaged to Kazuya. But then again, it's not often you find a guy you can easily manipulate and wrap around your finger.
Haruka was heading home after some shopping.
What's that? What do you want for dinner?
I'd love your Neapolitan pasta. Haven't had it in a while. I'll make the salad.
Huh? A high-rise apartment? Is he rich? Well then.
A A few weeks later, Tsukiyo and I were back at her parents' house. We had received an invitation from Haruka. I never thought we'd come here again. Honestly, I thought if it happened, it'd be much later, and I'd be alone. I didn't want to bring Tsukiyo here anymore, but she herself strongly insisted.
I'd always given up, but thinking about it now, unlike when I was a child, it feels like I'm just running away. For our future together, I don't want to keep vaguely running away like this. Today, I'm cutting ties.
Don't push yourself too hard. Cutting ties isn't the only answer, and you have me now.
Yeah, thank you.
Taking a deep breath, we stepped into Tsukiyo's family home once again.
Mitsuki, here's some tea for you.
Just as I braced myself for whatever they might say, something unexpected happened. A complete change from their previous attitude. Tsukiyo's family started talking to me in cloyingly sweet voices. Yeah, thanks, but it seems there's no tea for Tsukiyo?
Oops, silly me. I'm so sorry.
Haruka said this, feigning disappointment with an exaggerated droop of her shoulders. Despite apologizing, she sat right back down, so I silently placed the tea in front of Tsukiyo.
I won't comment on the lack of tea for me. More importantly, can we get to the point? The reason we came today is...
Right, let's get to the point. The reason I called you two here today is... Mitsuki, break off your engagement with Tsukiyo and marry Haruka instead. Huh?
Haruka told me. You live in a high-rise apartment, don't you? I happened to see it and was so surprised. Isn't that where all the rich people live? And then I looked you up and found out you're a company president.
It finally clicked. They realized I had money, and that's why their attitude changed. After going independent, my business took off. A year ago, I incorporated and established MK Education Inc. Now, as a startup, the company is steadily growing. By the way, mistakenly saying I was self-employed the other day was just an old habit kicking in due to nervousness. Now, I'm glad I made that mistake.
Seriously, why didn't you tell me, sis? Because you guys said horrible things to Mitsuki before I could, didn't you? What was it again? Something like an uneducated young punk running his own business is no different from a part-timer?
Ah, that was my bad. But you can understand the misunderstanding, right? Dropping out of college and not having a steady job. Many people like that are indeed good-for-nothings.
Mitsuki dropped out of college because he started a business while still enrolled and got too busy with it. Besides, a part-timer is someone who works part-time or temporary jobs under an employment contract with a company. A self-employed person is someone who runs their own business without being employed by anyone. Dad, you seem to think they're the same, but a part-timer and a self-employed person are completely different.
What was that so? Wow, Tsukiyo, you're so knowledgeable. I'm so happy to have such a smart daughter.
Isn't this common knowledge? Making assumptions and looking down on someone without even knowing the difference? I'm utterly embarrassed by your lack of education, Dad. Weren't you an elite graduate from a prestigious university in the West, Dad? You were always bragging about it. Tsukiyo! What have you been saying to your parents all this time? Your father just made a little mistake, and you're blabbing on as if it's the shame of a lifetime. That's right. Everyone makes mistakes. Sis, you're too cold.
Her father nodded along vigorously to their words. And this guy graduated from a prestigious university? I knew the quality of students had dropped recently, but this seems like a different kind of poor quality altogether. Anyway, we seem to have strayed from the topic, so let me bring it back. The main point was that you want me to marry Haruka, correct? Yes, that's right.
Yes! Oh dear, I apologize for this unseemly display. Look, Tsukiyo might be good at her job, but, well, You see what she's like, right?
That's true. I met Tsukio through business, and even back then, she was an incredibly capable and wonderful person.
Really? But as a company president, you'll have occasions to introduce your wife to important people, right? Tsukio isn't capable of supporting her husband like that. On that note, Haruka excels in that area. We thought that for you, President Mitsuki, the charming and cute Haruka will be more suitable than such a flawed daughter.
They were technically my in-laws to be. I intended to maintain minimal courtesy, but... support her husband? You guys really are rotten to the core, aren't you? I couldn't do it. It was too unpleasant. I couldn't hold back my laughter.
What kind of talk is that? Have you no manners?
Manners? I don't want to hear that from people who can't even teach manners to their own daughter. Isn't that why she grew up into such a shameless hussy?
What? You're not talking about me, are you?
Oh, I'm glad you realized. Well, trying to steal your sister's fiancé, that's an idea only a shameless hussy would come up with. If you hadn't realized, you'd be an even more irredeemable fool.
How rude! Saying that to our lovely Haruka? Apologize immediately.
Isn't it strange? You easily insult Tsukio, who is also your daughter. But the moment I say something slightly bad about Haruka, you react like this? If you want an apology, shouldn't you apologize to Tsukio first? Apologize for doting only on the charming and obedient younger sister, and for coldly treating the brilliant older sister who saw through her parents' terribleness early on and cut her losses.
What a rude man! Just like the man my sister chose. There's a limit to having bad taste. We wouldn't want you anyway.
Well now, Haruka, that's a bit...
What is it? Dad, are you saying it's okay for me to marry a man like this?
Well, you know that's true, but...
What's wrong with you? Isn't Haruka important to you?
Pressed by his wife and daughter, the father looked indecisive, sweating nervously. Seeing this, Tsukio, who had observed this family for years, seemed to understand.
Don't tell me you've already spent all your savings on the breakup settlement fee. Huh? What are you talking about? That can't be true, right, dear?
Well, Kazuya just wouldn't give up. Haruka said she definitely wanted to break up, and I thought if she married Mitsuki, there'd be no problem.
So it's true?
Sorry, but I thought if it was Haruka, Mitsuki would agree right away.
I see. By the way, how much did you pay for the settlement?
Asked by his wife, the father averted his gaze, sweating profusely. He remained silent, but unable to withstand the pressure from his wife and daughter, he mumbled in a small voice. 10 million.
10 million? What's the meaning of this? You don't need that much for a breakup settlement.
That's why I offered the standard amount, but Kazuya wouldn't give up. But I told Mom and Haruka that Dad would take care of it. And then he started talking about calling a lawyer, so I thought, how about 10 million?
So what if you paid that much money? You're already retired and jobless.
That's true, but if Haruka marries Mitsuki, it won't be a problem, right?
Even that got rejected. Right. Mitsuki, I'll approve your marriage to Tsukio. In return, you must support our family financially every month. Is that what you were going to say? Tsukio? Listen, you seem to be mistaken, but we didn't come here to ask for permission to marry. The reason we came all this way today is to cut ties between me and all of you. Until now, I said I'd given up, but somewhere deep down, I still hoped that if I achieved success at work, maybe I'd receive love like Haruka did. So I kept running away, but...
Saying that, Tsukio glanced at me. Our eyes met, and then she turned her strong gaze toward her family.
That day, the day we came for the marriage greeting, I was truly furious when you insulted Mitsuki. and I was disappointed. To think I have been clinging to people like this. I don't need you people. Not these ugly beggars who insult my precious Mitsuki and then shamelessly try to cozy up.
Ah, she truly has no regrets. There was no hesitation in Tsukio's eyes. Worried about her heart, I fell for her all over again, seeing her like this, and let out a soft sigh. Just then...
What? You're just a pitiful girl who couldn't even get the scraps of love meant for me.
Huh? Couldn't even get the scraps. That's wrong. These people are just bundles of narcissism. They doted on you because you were an idiot who listened to them and sided with them, right? Otherwise, they'd love their daughters equally, wouldn't they? Tsukio, who is beautiful, smart, and successful, is clearly a better woman than you, and she's their daughter just like you.
That's not...
Anyway, we've gotten sidetracked. I will marry Tsukio regardless of your approval or disapproval. When we marry, Tsukio becomes part of the Kiryu family. Therefore, I ask that you refrain from any unsolicited interference from now on.
Of course, we won't provide any financial support. It seems that for elites like you, a daughter marrying someone like him isn't important anyway.
The family who were supposed to be in-laws fell completely silent. Leaving them in their despair, we left the house. Afterwards, what happened to the in-laws whose savings had completely vanished? As if their previous closeness was a lie, every day became a storm of insults.
How long are you going to be unemployed? Failing even part-time interviews? There's a limit to incompetence.
What did you say? Then why don't you work and bring in some money? Fed up with it, Haruka tried to leave home, but was guilt-tripped about repaying their kindness with betrayal and ended up tearfully contributing money to the household. Apologies came to Tsukio's phone, but Tsukio blocked them completely. There was no way she could trust them now. A year and a half passed. Kazuya, who had received a large settlement, apparently decided to start his own business. But why? Before I knew it, I was drowning in debt. He failed spectacularly and was burdened with debt. The circumstances are different between a large company with an established foundation and a startup building from 0 to 1. It seems he didn't understand that at all. He tried to get back together with Haruka, only to be harshly rejected, told she didn't need any more burdens. Ah, it hurts. Tsukio, help me.
What are you doing? Seriously, I didn't know people actually did that. And it's my husband.
Meanwhile, Tsukio and I finally got married a year ago. Now, 6 months after the wedding, we're in Rome for our honeymoon. You gotta do this at least once when you come to Rome, right? Okay, where should we go next?
Honestly. Well then, shall we go get some pizza? I'm curious about the difference from Naples. Which of all the cities we visited made the deepest impression on you?
Each one made its own impression. Rome. By all means, Rome. I shall cherish my visit here in memory as long as I live.
And may I ask why?
Because I'm with the person I love right now. I love you, Tsukio. Meeting you has made me the happiest man in the world.
I love you too. But this is the last time I'm putting up with this routine. Unlike in Roman holiday, we can stay together like this forever.
I'm sure there's still so much we don't know about each other. In the long years to come, how many new things will I learn about Tsukio? There might be times when our differences confuse us, but I'm sure we can overcome them together.
Branch manager, please approve this.
Yeah, I'll check it right away, so put it in the unapproved basket for now.
I bowed to the branch manager, who efficiently handled his work and returned my own tasks. His name is Takekata Buyu. He's an elite who climbed to the position of branch manager thanks to his skills as a banker. But, on the other hand, he had a few troublesome traits.
What are you talking about? You guys are really hopeless, huh? When I was your age, if I had said something like that, I would have been immediately told I was useless.
You were the one who said if you have any problems, feel free to talk to me, right? It's a semi-mandatory event. The annual drinking party hosted by the branch manager is as noisy as always. Lively, I guess. But the only one making noise is him, the branch manager, Takekata Buyu. The drinking party, where we just listened to him talk about his past glories, is nothing but painful for us young people.
Kids these days have no guts, huh? You gotta push yourself. That's what being a man is all about. There was this one time, when I was young, a robbery at Lovekoi Bank.
Hey, can I leave?
Wait a second, Miyafuji. I can't do this without you.
Then just leave together.
I can't. You get it, right?
I don't get it. I sighed and finished off the remaining draft beer in my glass.
Oh, Miyafuji, your glass is empty. You should have ordered before finishing it.
Who made that rule? I'm getting close to my limit. I have to get up early tomorrow, so I can't drink anymore.
How pathetic. It's my money, so don't hold back.
Thank you, but I've already been treated plenty. The branch manager sure is generous.
Well, I'm a man who lived through the bubble era, so I still can't shake off the habits from back then. I was quite a handsome guy back in the day, always being asked out by girls to drink. It was quite a hassle.
That's a nice wallet you have.
Huh? Did you say something, Miyafuji?
No, it's just that you're amazing. I could never do something like that.
Thanks, Miyafuji.
On the way back, my colleagues surrounded me, thanking me one by one.
Your skill to turn sincere words into sarcastic compliments and get them to leave was a lifesaver.
Don't rely on me. Even though they asked, I couldn't just ignore them, so I ended up participating too.
These days, making people attend drinking parties by force and pressuring them to drink is totally outdated.
Oh, you should have said that.
How can I say it?
This year's my third year at the 6th branch. I'll be transferred next year, so keep that in mind.
Traitor!
At Lovekoi Bank, 6th branch, we worked hard every day, listening to stories about Takekata Buyu's past glories. Excuse me, are you from Lovekoi Bank?
Yes, I am.
I have something I would like to discuss sometime. The young man looked unusually serious. Of course, feel free to contact me anytime.
Alright, that's all for announcements. But there's one more thing I would like to share with you all today.
Takekata placed his hand on the shoulder of the young woman standing next to him during the morning briefing. Right now, we only have Hasegawa handling the counter. It's been quite a heavy load, so HR has sent a temp to help out.
I'm Hiroboshi Setsuna. Please take care of me.
Don't be so nervous. If you don't understand something, just ask me anytime.
To you, branch manager?
Of course, I have the most experience and longest career in this branch. So you can rely on me for anything.
Yes.
Takekata is indeed a skilled banker with years of experience. Although he's loud at drinking parties, when it comes to work, he's undeniably competent. Normally, Hasegawa, who works in the same counter role, would be the one to train her. Since then, Takekata has been calling out to Hiraboshi more often.
Oh, well, I've already learned what you taught me, so I'll handle the rest.
You don't need to hold back. It's fine to lean on me. You don't need to worry when I'm around. By the way, how about we go for lunch today?
Huh? Well...
Don't worry, I'll treat you. That's what men are supposed to do.
Well, but I don't think that's...
She seemed unsure how to decline. Branch manager, forcing meals like that is a compliance violation these days.
What did you say?
She clearly seems troubled. She won't be able to refuse a senior like you.
What are you talking about? She's just shy, right, Hiraboshi?
Takikata looked at Hiraboshi for agreement, but she, after taking a deep breath, gently shook her head. It's different from what you would do with other middle-aged staff, though that's a problem now too. Anyway, it's better for both of us if you don't push her too much, for your own sake too.
You have a lunchbox, don't you? I have one too. Let's eat in the break room. Branch manager, I'll take my break.
Huh? Okay.
For some reason, Takikata doesn't get tough with her. Hasegawa's help made Hiraboshi feel more at ease as she headed to her lunch break. I did too much. Since that time, Takikata had become harsher with me. I probably made him unhappy when I defended Hiraboshi. Tonight's sky is a bit cloudy. It's hard to see, but the moonlight feels nice. One of my hobbies is stargazing. But honestly, I'm not very knowledgeable about astronomy, nor do I bring a telescope. Just a 5-minute drive from my house, the top of this small mountain on the outskirts of town is my favorite spot.
What is with this?
I like stars. Staring at them makes me feel like a tiny speck of a human, and it makes all the trivialities of life seem unimportant.
Just because I'm timid and go along with everything, they think they can say whatever they want.
I'm just one part of a larger flow. Thinking like that makes me feel at ease. I can handle tomorrow.
I'm here to work, not to deal with this nonsense.
You're too loud!
Miyafuji-san, how long have you been there?
About 30 minutes. Hiraboshi-san, was that just now your true feelings?
Did you hear all of that?
Even if I didn't want to, I couldn't avoid it.
Please just forget about it.
Just as we talked, I found out she also liked looking at stars. When things became too overwhelming, she apparently shouted at them, like earlier. I see. Well, the stars feel like they'll take it all in, right? I think that's fine.
Oh, but today, even Miyafuji-san heard me.
Don't worry about me. I won't tell anyone, and I don't think anything of it. I gripe to myself all the time too.
Huh? Even you, Miyafuji-san? That's surprising. You always have this calm look, like you can say whatever's on your mind.
There are more things I can't say than things I can. Honestly, there are a lot of things it's better not to say. As we live, all sorts of emotions well up. Good ones, bad ones. Everyone keeps those inside and moves forward. So, isn't it fine? Not being able to say everything you think, that's part of what makes you you.
I feel a little better now.
Well, after yelling like that, you would feel better, right?
No, that's not it. It's because I got to talk with you, Miyafuji-san. Oh, and thank you for standing up to the branch manager for me.
I've already heard that a lot. Don't worry about it. To be honest, I intervened more because it was annoying, but that's one of those things better left unsaid. Since that day, Hiraboshi-san changed a little.
Miyafuji-san, good morning.
Yeah, morning. I can practically see her tail wagging. Hiraboshi-san's really taken to Miyafuji, huh? Well, can't blame her. Miyafuji's a good guy. Whenever she saw me, her face would light up, and she would come running over. She never got in the way of my work, though, so it wasn't a problem.
Why is it you? I was way more handsome than Miyafuji back in my day.
The branch manager let out an intense roar of fighting spirit. His hostility toward me grew even stronger after that. Maybe this is a problem after all. Quietly going about my business, that wish of mine was probably shattered the day Hiraboshi shouted at the stars. Man, I hope nothing worse comes up. A few months later, As summer approached and stargazing became even more enjoyable, I heard the branch manager's voice resounding throughout the office after hours.
Young people these days.
It was a phrase we had all heard so many times that it becomes tiresome. Usually, he saved such complaints for drinking parties, but today, he seemed particularly irritable. I learned that the old woman, the largest depositor in our branch, had recently passed away. Her son and grandson came to the branch to settle the inheritance today. The inheritance rights belonged to the father, but given the significant amount involved, the grandson had consulted me. It turned out that the son, the legal heir, had little interest in money.
But if they withdraw everything, it could cause various problems.
Problems? That's your issue, isn't it? You don't have the right to dictate what happens to her money.
All their deposits transferred to another bank? This is a grave issue.
So how about I visit them again and explain our financial products and investment options?
That's not the problem. That youngster is probably trying to make the inheritance work in his favor.
The branch manager raised his voice, taking it out on Enomoto, who flinched at the outburst.
I've known that old lady for years. Since I was young, I've always been good to her. Kids these days don't understand the meaning of duty or gratitude. There's such a thing as loyalty for past kindness, don't you think? Even the father, handing over responsibility to his son just because the kid knows more about finance? Doesn't he feel ashamed?
Noisy, aren't you? It's that kind of attitude that keeps you from being taken seriously.
And that grandson of hers told me. Miyafuji, you've been advising him, haven't you?
I nodded calmly. Yes, he came to me for advice, but advising is not the same as scheming, is it? I simply answered his questions. Given today's low interest rates, investing rather than letting the funds sit idle in a bank account is a valid option.
Can't you see how that's a problem? If you hadn't been so honest and given unnecessary advice.
We're bankers, sir. As the financial landscape changes drastically, we must adapt to it.
Enough of your nonsense. If our branch's deposit totals drop, it will heavily impact our evaluations.
And that's why we need to make better proposals. People need to take steps to prepare for the future themselves. The era you knew, where leaving money in a bank earned significant interest, doesn't exist anymore.
Here, you arrogant little... Respect for past deeds is important.
You fossil sure talks a lot.
What did you just say?
I said you fossil sure move your mouth a lot. Enough is enough. We're living in the present, not in the past. Times change, and the world moves forward. Clinging to past glories and showing them off will get you nowhere, Branch Manager Kitakata. With those words, I stood up from my seat. If I act now, it might not be too late. I'll go and speak with them again. Miyafuji, I'll go with you. Thanks, that's reassuring.
Fossil. Miyafuji-kun, you really said it. Please stop. Now I'm laughing too.
That guy. Just wait until he gets back.
The remaining staff couldn't help but chuckle quietly. The branch manager's dignity, or whatever was left of it, had completely crumbled. When we visited the house, the grandson was clearly still upset. Could we have another chance to explain our financial products and investment options to you? Well, honestly, my frustration is with that stubborn branch manager. But I trust you. Especially you, Miyafuji-san. You were always helpful when I sought advice. Let's hear it. Thank you very much. Miyafuji, you rock! Thank you! I see. That might actually be good for my dad too. It turned out the grandson wasn't trying to use the money selfishly, contrary to the branch manager's assumptions. He was genuinely worried about his father's carefree attitude toward money, and wanted to ensure his father's retirement was secure. Inheritance procedures were usually handled by the branch manager, but from now on, I'll be there as well. I promised to approach this with the utmost sincerity and dedication. Thank you, Miyafuji-san. Meeting a banker like you has been my luck. So yeah, the whole transferring the whole deposit to another bank idea is off the table. Case closed. Miyafuji, you're seriously amazing! I'm falling for you all over again! You were falling for me in the first place? Cut it out. In that moment when you stood up to the branch manager? Incredible! A fossil! Huh. Even just thinking about it makes me laugh all over again. You've got quite the personality, you know that? Coming from you? No thanks.
Miyafuji-san, you're back.
It was well past closing time, but no one had left. Everyone's eyes turned to us, full of expectation. Hiraboshi-san? Everyone? What's going on? It's way past clock-out time.
We couldn't just go home knowing Miyafuji-kun and the others were fighting for our branch.
Fighting is a bit of an exaggeration. But don't worry, everything's being resolved. A round of cheers erupted. Apparently, the unresolved situation had been weighing on everyone, keeping them from leaving.
Marvelous, Miyafuji-kun! I'm thoroughly impressed!
He exaggerated every clap as he approached us, looking much happier now. His blatant change of mood was almost laughable.
So, how about we celebrate Miyafuji-kun and the team's efforts with a drink tonight?
Even the female staff, who usually avoided these gatherings, agreed to join for once.
Miyafuji-san, great job today.
Hiraboshi-san tried to serve me beer. Thanks, Hiraboshi-san. You don't have to do that, though. By the way, was everything okay today?
Of course. Today is about appreciating you, Miyafuji-san.
Normally, the female staff avoided these gatherings because of the branch manager. It seemed the veteran receptionist, who was somehow immune to him, usually acted as the group's protective shield.
Hiraboshi-san, why don't you stop sitting over there and come talk to me? I would love it if you pour for me.
The branch manager, more talkative than ever, was clearly taking advantage of the situation. It was painfully obvious that he saw this as an opportunity to spend time with Hiraboshi under the guise of celebration. How predictable, and how annoying. Did he forget he's a married man?
Well, I'll come right now.
You don't have to go, Hiraboshi-san. She froze mid-motion, looking at me with wide eyes and slightly flushed cheeks. In this day and age, forcing a woman to pour drinks is a clear violation of workplace compliance. Miyafuji, you're gonna give Hiraboshi-san the wrong idea with that. You're so cool, though. Seriously cool. Let me pour for you, branch manager. Excuse me from here. I kill my emotions and plaster on a smile. I've gotten quite used to this task by now.
Miyafuji, you're just trying to keep Hiraboshi from me, aren't you?
Oh, I'm not sure what you mean. Miss Hiraboshi doesn't belong to anyone.
Don't play dumb. You noticed I like her, and you're getting in my way.
Have you forgotten you're married? Anything further would not only be harassment, but a serious breach of conduct. And using your position to pressure women who can't resist. You really are a fossil stuck in the past. Can't keep up with the times, can you?
What did you just say?
Miss Hiraboshi can't stand up to an older man like you when you speak so forcefully. But perhaps that's exactly why you're attracted to her meekness and restraint.
Of course, a woman walking humbly a step behind is the essence of femininity. Respecting manners.
Stop it!
Miss Hiraboshi?
Miyafuji is right. I feel scared and shrink back when the branch manager speaks, unable to oppose him. But honestly, I've always hated it. Branch manager, I have no intention of getting involved with you, especially Especially knowing you're married. Please stop pursuing me.
Hiraboshi firmly declares her stance with her own words, showing her growth and strength.
What do you think you're doing here again?
How did you find me?
The Wives Network, of course. Word got around that you've been bothering young women again. And another thing. Do you have any idea how much debt we're in? Pretending to be well off and borrowing money for it. Unbelievable.
The person who arrives is none other than Kitakata's wife, a strong, assertive woman, quite different from Hiraboshi.
Come on, we're going home. You need to stop bragging about your past exploits to young people. You'll just be hated. Sorry about him, everyone. Here's the payment. Thank you for putting up with my useless husband.
Oh! Stop pulling my ear!
Quiet! You're not young anymore. Stop thinking young women will entertain you.
How does she know everything? I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Kitakata gets dragged away by his wife. It seems he's the type who's henpecked at home. So that's why the branch manager couldn't stand up to Senpai Hasegawa.
What exactly do you mean by that?
No, you're strong and cool, Senpai! It turns out Hasegawa is friends with Kitakata's wife. She rarely participates in drinking parties, but her presence today led to Kitakata's situation being exposed. Thanks to her and the others, today's gathering turned out to be quite enjoyable. As for Kitakata's fate, his cunning wife imposed a strict allowance system on him. His credit cards were confiscated, and he could no longer spend freely. Mandatory drinking parties, which plagued the branch, disappeared, much to everyone's relief. I also reported Kitakata's conduct to the compliance department. Of course, I did anonymously to avoid unnecessary trouble. Kitakata's reputation with headquarters took a significant hit. Rumors suggest he might be reassigned to a remote branch or demoted next year. My efforts to prevent the branch's deposits from decreasing had somehow been reported to headquarters.
Well done, Miyafuji. I had high expectations for you, and it seems I wasn't wrong. How about coming to headquarters next year and working under me? I'll put in a good word for you.
I had never been particularly interested in career advancement, but when Minaki, the person I respected most in the organization, said it, I couldn't help but feel motivated. Thank you. If that time comes, I'll give it my all. Incidentally, my colleague who was with me also ended up earning a higher evaluation. It's beautifully clear tonight. Summer was nearly over. Feeling the chill in the air, I continued to gaze at the starry sky.
Mind if I join you?
The sound of footsteps crunching the ground was accompanied by a clear voice, as serene as the night sky. As you wish, my lady. I joked calmly, prompting a cute smile from Hiraboshi.
I used to be afraid to assert myself. I always thought, who am I to speak up? And assumed I'd be rejected. But surprisingly, when you do speak up, people can be receptive. The reason I was able to stand up to the branch manager is that I saw how effortlessly you did it. Thank you.
Her voice carried a sense of liberation, and was so pleasant to hear that I closed my eyes softly. Then, a sweet, gentle fragrance grew stronger, and I felt her lips press softly against my forehead.
I love you, Miyafuji.
You've become quite bold. You used to be so reserved.
People can change. The stars are always watching over us, no matter the era.
I don't dislike that whimsical side of you. She laughed against the backdrop of the starry sky. That view made me feel happy, and, uncharacteristically, I let out a laugh. Past glories, surely they are the foundation that strongly supports us in the present. Living with the achievements of those who came before us rooted in our hearts must be a wonderful thing. But denying the present era and flaunting those glories as if to block its flow only makes one a fossil stuck in the past. allowing ourselves to drift with the passage of time, occasionally resisting it. We live in the here and now, becoming one of the countless stars in a vast universe. Just a tiny speck of light,